Capricorn, welcome to your energy blueprint reading. We're going to be going into your chakras and your aura for the week going from the 6th of February going through to the 12th of February. That funny February month, I'm calling it. And what a funny month it's turning out to be. There has been huge things going on within the chakras and the auras. I did a masterclass on it. Fantastic video, actually. Fantastic thing. Really enjoyed it. We went really into depth in the fusing of the solar plexus and the heart chakra. Which seems to be happening to everybody. And there's other thing that's happening this week as well. I think everything's teeing up for the beginning part of March. This is going to be... I don't want to put too much on it, but I really think it's going to be an amazing and awakening by people. You know, it's going to be some really good moments in life. So, without further ado, let's just get on with your sort of chakras, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on with you at this moment. Okay, so this is your root chakra. Very fine, very condensed within the left side, administration and stuff like that. Not as thick as most people, so maybe you're in a lot of movement at that week. Sort of moving about, as it were. On the relationship side, or on the emotional sort of side of your root chakra. And this is all about fundamentals, really, about who we are and our raison d'etre of being on this planet. On the root side, there's a few things, there's little loose ends that need to be tied up. And that's, I think, in the whole preparation for this thing that's going to be happening in March as well. So, you know, it's tying up these loose ends to be in the right position at the right time. So in March, things really start kicking. Let's just see what's going on with your sacrum. There is a slight an unbalance, as it were, between the left and the right hand side of the chakra. This runs true to the similar sort of thing as the root chakra. You've got the left-hand side, which is all to do with the material world, and the right-hand side, which is all to do with the personal, sort of emotional sort of side of life. And here is, you know, there seems to be a little bit more on the right-hand side than on the left-hand side, but it's very minor. And this is the other thing I've noticed for this coming week, which I didn't notice, which wasn't the case for last week. That harmonization in the sacrum and the third eye. So let's just go straight on to the third eye. Let's see what's going on, because these do play in tandem. Yeah, there is a similar sort of thing to here in this same sort of thing. The third eye is slightly in front of the throat chakra, which is normal position. But normally it's a lot tighter than that. It's roughly around about that sort of that if you're looking in the up camera. But here it's just slightly being, it's not like a major difference, but it is a noticeable difference. So there's a clarity of thought, giving you a little bit of logic. And I think this is logic and realistic tied into your desires about life as well. You've had Pluto going through you over the last sort of 12, 14 years or whatever it is. It's been pretty complicated for Capricorn. But the way, if you've been grinding it through, and I know you have been, Capricorn, because that's what we do. If you've been grinding it through, you're going to be in a really good position. So the moment Pluto is no longer with you, it's going to open up with, just hold on, hold on, basically. Make sure you've got your seatbelt on, because it's going to be rocking and rolling. So in this side here, just getting back to your chakras, this harmonious thing that seems to be happening in those sort of side, between the sacrum and the third eye and the throat chakra, is almost like the second phase after the fusing of the solar plexus and the heart chakra, which is, I started noticing, I think, 2 weeks ago, and that's really developed on. Let's just see what's going on to yours. The two are almost one. The two are almost one. It's the biggest fusion I've seen at this present time. And this ties in with the understanding through the consciousness, which everyone seems to be going through this month. in completely different ways, but learning the same consciousness, our connection to everything. So the solar plexus is here, and it's almost it's almost as if it's cracked open like that, and it's going like that on the heart chakra. And the heart chakra is almost as if it's like, almost like collapsing upon itself or opening up from the interior. How does it flow between the two? Well, it's your solar plexus that is really pushing your heart chakra here. And I think this is what your passion, determination, your courage, your confidence that you hold within yourself, of doing what you should be doing and getting the success that you so desire. But it's also tying into your connection to everything. That sense of evolution, that sense of sort of order or structure that comes in after, logical, rational thinking, which ties in nicely to your third eye and your throat chakra. Let's just see what's going on with your heart chakra. There's a lot of socializing in the here and now. It doesn't necessarily tie into one person or the other, but it's most definitely sort of, it is meeting people. It's being in the here and now. So it's connecting with people. So it's being with them when you're with them, and being present basically as it goes, going through this week. And as I say, there's not a huge amounts of social petals, so I think it changes. It's going to be changing quite regularly during the week. You may have a full week on. Let's just see what's going on in the center of the heart. This is where you get in your sphere. You had it last week, I think, in your reading as well. And this is this total connection to the others, to everything that is around you. It seems to be getting much more solid in its constitution, and this may come into its understanding. It might have to do with manifestation. You might be realizing how to manifest things and really convert your dreams into reality. There's a real possibility, and that could be the difference between getting forward in life in the future and not getting forward in life. And that's possibly where that connection with the consciousness comes into play. Let's just see what's going on your crown chakra. Excuse me. It's like it's like an egg ready to hatch. That's the best way to describe it. And it's like this consciousness is ready to hatch in a way that you're going to be able to use it in your everyday life. It's not just going to be a conceptual idea that you might have understood this coming week, but I think it's going to tie out by the end of the week. It'd be interesting to see how this plays out in the tarot reading and seeing what the interconnection is between your chakras and the tarots. That would be interesting to see that comes out in petals 9 and 10 and that sort of place. Because there seems to be a sort of like, not only an understanding, but an actual application into practical use, as it were, within your going life. And that is good to have your sacrum and your third eye and throat chakra in harmony. So you can convert these ideas into logical conversation or logical communication, as it were. And also it will be your desires for your personal life are based upon respect, but based upon sort of fair exchange and stuff like that, which you do enjoy. And that sort of like will play out where you can start manifesting things. But it's like anything, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think this is what you're understanding, maybe. It's a bit like Spider-Man, isn't it? I think that's what the phrase comes from. And you gotta live it up. You gotta live it. You gotta integrate it within your life. on an everyday sort of scale. So I would actually sort of in your meditation there start sort of trying to see the connection between the conceptual sort of logical or perception of how this should be into physically how you're going to do it. What actions do you need to put into place in order to manifest this, and the reasons behind the manifestations. And that's when you can start really applying them within your life. And there may be some things that you would love to do or you've been working on for a great deal of time which no longer apply in your life. But what it's gonna do is it's actually gonna make you concentrate on the things that really do apply in your life. So there seems to be a lot of clarity that will come out of this as well. Let's just see what's going on in your aura. Yeah, you've nearly completed the change. There has been, as far as I can see within the aura, there seems to be another layer within the aura that's coming through, that's growing through in between two other layers, that is turning two layers into one, as it were. And there's two of them that's actually doing it. And now this is where I think you're coming to the stage. It's like an egg getting ready to hatch. And it's like you're sort of getting to a stage where you can actually start applying this in your everyday life, because that is what the world needs. Application of logical manifestation, rather than just this stuff that's sort of like, it's hype manifestation, basically, because it's not working anymore for that sort of thing. And the world will seem very much more of in a logical place compared with the world or the new paradigm of which we're going into. So let's just see if there's anything else playing out on your aura there. I would just be a little bit wary of influences in your workspace. Concentrate on where you're supposed to be going, what you're supposed to be doing. Outside influences from outside your workspace might be a little bit sort of detrimental to you, and I think that could be part of that conscious that understanding that we're going through. So as you sort of know your path, stick to it. Have the strength to stick to it. It's gonna work really well for you going forward. Certainly, the energy that you have within you is in a line with synchronizing with this new paradigm, and that's where the manifestation will come into place, and truths will come out. It's going to be an amazing year, 2023, and that ties into Pluto going into Aquarius. It's all going to be about the truth of humanity, basically. So there you go, Capricorn. That was your energy blueprint reading from the Astroflower. There is loads of links in the description below. You could even buy me a cup of coffee if you so desire. There will also be your tarot reading coming out. So that should be linked in the description below if you want to go straight onto that, and it will be at the end of this video anyway. And there's also, during the next week, there's going to be a head up on the karmic mission cards that we're pulling this week. It seems really important for people to understand where they're going and what they, on the longer term plan of your karmic mission on this plane, of where you should be, or what's best for you to do, or which best path for you to follow in concerns with your karmic mission. And that will be coming out next week as well. They're very short videos, but it's just to help you to get a heads up according to the weekly tarot that we do at the weekend just before that. In the meantime, Capricorn, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.